actively volunteering to talk or to ask questions? Okay, so we were talking about prayers, right? So we do this invocation prayer at the beginning of every class. Again, why?
Actively.
To seek blessings, also in addition to being thankful and grateful. Why do we need blessings while doing this class? Can anyone tell me? Then generally when do we ask for blessings?
When we want something.
What is it? Can you please repeat?
When we want something.
When we want something, yes, very nice. So that means we want every day, correct? Every day we have something we want, isn't it? Or we only want on some days or sometimes. What do you all think?
Every day.
Every day. Yes, we need everyday blessings because every day, what do we want?
Things.
Things like,
The blessings from Krishna.
yeah, so you're asking blessings from Krishna for what?
For a happy
Lots of
and better life.
things.
Happy and better life. Yes, for happy and better life. And for help, for ask. See, whenever we pray to Krishna, we have to be very careful. We have to ask Krishna something that is really worth, isn't it? If you ask for something unhealthy, something which is bad or wrong, then that is not intelligence, isn't it? So, intelligence is to seek blessings for the right things. And even for that intelligence, we have to ask and seek blessings from Krishna. So, our daily blessings and prayer should be Krishna, please give me the intelligence to make the right choices, to ask the right questions, to choose the right path, to meet the right people. Isn't it? What if we meet the wrong people and get into wrong association? That's going to distract us, isn't it? So we have to seek blessings and prayers from Lord Krishna, asking for the right intelligence. And at the beginning of the class, we do invocation prayer to express thankfulness, gratefulness, and also to seek blessings. Why? So I may understand what I'm going to learn today. Because not everything in the world we can understand easily, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also understand the right way. The different ways of understanding, correct? We need to be able to understand the right way. If I tell a fact, you may perceive it in a way that is different from what I meant to tell. Each one perceives or understands a topic differently. But we seek blessings from Lord Krishna and the acharyas and the gurus and the teachers who have dedicated their life to help us on our spiritual journey, asking them, O acharyas, O Lord Shri Krishna, O Srimati Radharani, please help me and bless me so I may understand the subject matter in today's class the right way, the proper way, so that I can use it the right way. Okay, with that prayer, we move forward, which we just did. We did that prayer like a few minutes ago. The next part of the class, which we have been doing since last year, is what? Do you all remember?
The verse.
No, something between the verse and
The
I don't know
book.
how you all did it, but there was something called Sikshashtakam. Do you all remember?
Oh yeah, that. Yeah.
Sikshashtakam prayer. And what is Sikshashtakam prayer? That is a prayer or a set of 8 verses, Sanskrit verses. Sanskrit is the divine language, it's the godly language, which is the mother of all languages that we speak on earth today. There's so many languages, right? In India itself, there are maybe 30, 35 languages based on the state, different regions of the country that speak different languages, or more than that, maybe. And then again, when you come out of India, there are again different countries that speak different languages. Can you all tell me some languages outside of India?
English.
English is also spoken in India.
Oh yeah.
Spanish.
Spanish, yeah. Chinese.
German.
German. Is there anything called Italian language? Or is it
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
what are those languages? There's so many other languages, right?
Yeah.
All these languages actually find their root in Sanskrit.
Wait,
So
what?
whatever verses that we learn today or that we learn in Bhagavad Gita are spoken in the divine language called Sanskrit. Sanskrit is the mother of all languages. And this Sikshashtakam, now you all have to note down if you have any points that you're listening for the first time, or if you think that's something important that I need to note it down. So you have to have a notebook and paper with you, or a pencil and a paper with you. I prefer having a notebook so that it's there. The book is going to be there with you. Paper, you might lose it. So have a book, dedicated for Gita Wise classes. Have a fresh start. Write Hare Krishna on top of the book, on top of the page, every page that you start. And then you start making notes. Yay, Sanskrit is the mother of all languages. Shikshashtakam is a set of 8 prayers. Eight verses. Shikshashtakam is written by or given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shikshashtakam is written in Sanskrit. So all these are nice points to know, right? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Lord Krishna himself, who appeared 500 and odd years ago, 500 plus few more years ago, in West Bengal. And why? What was the main mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? To help all of us understand the importance of chanting. Chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Very easy, simple prayer that all of us should chant, and that's the best way or the only way to be able to understand and go closer to God. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came 500 plus years ago, he gave simple set of 8 instructions, and those instructions are called Sikshashtakam, which we are going to read now. I will ask you all to read one after the other, and if you cannot read, that's fine, you can tell me and I will read. Okay, so let me share my screen and go to Sikshashtakam prayers. Sikshashtakam is here. Okay, for your convenience, the Sikshashtakam prayer has been recorded and put on the YouTube for you all to practice offline when we are not in the class. See, it's written by Chaitanya Charitamrita. Its author is, it was actually written by, it's spoken by or sung by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but it has been compiled in a book called Chaitanya Charitamrita. The author of Chaitanya Charitamrita is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Okay, so now let's read this prayer. Can you all take turns and please read slowly and nicely?
The English or the lyrics?
Whatever is up on the screen here,
Okay.
one after the other. You can take one turn. So maybe Vedang from high school, you're probably reading it for the first time. The other students have read it the whole year last year. So is it okay for someone else to take the lead and then you can get a hang of things by the time it's your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's going first?
Can I go?
Yeah. Just keep going. We'll lose time if we wait on others to prompt us, right? You can keep going. Yes.
Should I read the whole verse?
Yes.
Okay. Cheto-darpana-marjanam bhavamahadavagnirvapanam Shreyakaravachandrika vitaranam vidyavadu-jivanam Anandam-buddhivardhanam pratipadam purna-taswadanam Sarvatma-snapanam param vichayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam.
Excellent. Very nice. Who wants to go next? No one? Just keep going. I cannot.
Uh,
Can I call out your names? Okay, Shloka, you do the next one.
Cheto-darpa
No,
marjanam.
next one. Second one.
Nam akari bahuta nija sarva saktistatra pita niyamita smarane nakala etadrisitava kripa bhagavan mamapi durdevam tedrasam ihajan na nuraga.
Dharmad api sunisana daror api sune sasune una an amania manadena kirtanya sada hari.
Very good, Vedang and Shloka. Fourth one, who wants to do?
I can do it.
Yes, go ahead, Chetana.
Nadanam najanam nasudarim kavitam vajagat isa kamaye mama janmani svare bhavatad bhaktir ahatuki tvai.
Nice, good job. Next one.
I'll do. Ainandattanuja kinkaram patitam mam visame bhavambudao kripaya tava pada pankaja stita dhuli sadrisam vichintaya.
Very nice. Keep going with it. One more.
Nayanam galad asrudharaya vadanam gadgada hridaya gira pulakar nichitam vapukada tavanama grahane pavisyati.
Very nice. Who wants to do another one? Those who already went can try the last three. Last two.
Yugayutam nimeshena chakshusha pravishayatam sunyayutam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me.
Go with the next one too, Vedang.
Uh,
Oh.
Vedang P, go, and then we'll give the ninth one to Vedang High School.
Ashasha vapadatam panashtumam adarshamam marma hatam karotu va yata tata va vidata olampato mam prananatas sa eva na paraha.
Vedang?
Prabhura Siksa Staka Sloka ye pade Sune Krishna Prima Bhakti Dara Bade Dine
Dine Dine.
Dine.
Nice.
Right.
Good job. Thanks all. So my goal for y'all is in the next few weeks, you should actually be able to read it as fluently as Vedang P and also possibly memorize the verses by the end of this year. And how can we do that? How is it possible to, first of all, able to read them properly in a flow, in a smooth flow? That's one first milestone. And the second milestone is to be able to even memorize or to be able to tell them even without saying. So how do you think we can do that? Can you all tell me quickly? You all need to talk now. Yes, Shloka.
Practice.
Practice every day, right? And how long does it take to listen to this one? It's like how many minutes? 3
Hare
minutes.
Krishna.
3:43.
Shikshastra
So every day 3 minutes, 43 seconds. Just listen and then you'll get it. And you have the lyrics also on top. It's nicely in a melody also. It's very soothing to listen to this and the 3 minutes 43 seconds. Just focus on this, listening to this while looking at the words. And if you do it every day, only once, by the end of 2 weeks, I'm sure you'll get very familiar with the pronunciation. And by the end of 4-5 weeks, I'm sure you'll at least learn few words. By the end of 2-3 months, you'll know the entire verse. Can you all do that every day? How many of you can think do think that 3-4 seconds we can spare every day?
Okay.
All of you?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, good job. Any questions, Vedang High Schooler?
No.
So you think you can spend that much time, right? It's going to actually give you a
Yeah.
lot of relief from, it's a stress buster between the stressful things that you're doing, not stressful, but the important things that you're doing, like college applications, your school AP exams or preparation or all the things. There are too many things going on, right? Too many interesting and important things going on in high school. That's the way I have to put it. Okay. And amidst all those things, you should have these things which can actually distract you in a positive way, which will help you do your tasks even more nicely.
I see.
Right? The tasks like this will help you with concentration in your academic subjects, will help you with focus in your academic subjects, will help you retain what you learn in your academic subjects. Tasks like this, not tasks like watching TV and browsing some on the social media, which is not relevant or not. No, these tasks will help us become more focused and more intelligent even in the academic subjects. So fill in the gaps or fill in the break times from your study schedule, from your academic schedule with these type of activities. Okay? All right.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to the words of today's discussion, which is, I don't know if we have it here. Bhagavad Gita recitation, chapter 7. Yes, we have the verses. So now, what we have chosen for this year is a set of verses that we collected from Bhagavad Gita, which will help us remember and understand Krishna in our daily life. And those set of verses are called Krishna, Lord Krishna, the source of all. And now that is a topic. We're actually creating a book with this verses, set of verses that we picked. But before the book is published, we want to get started with the class. It'll take another 4-6 weeks for the book to come out. But meanwhile, we are going to do the verses. And the topic of all these verses together that we have compiled, 25 verses, is called Krishna, the source of all. What does it mean to you all when I say Krishna, the source of all?
He has known all the knowledge.
He has all the knowledge. Yes. Any other points?
Like he comes from everything. Like
He comes from everything or everything comes from him?
Everything comes from him.
Ah, very nice. I think that's what you meant, Chaitanya, but you just jumbled it up. Krishna, everything comes from Krishna. He has the full knowledge. Anything else?
Krishna is the main source of material nature.
Krishna is the main source of material nature. Yes. Any other points?
I
Shloka
have a
and
question.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Krishna is the source of all, why do we practice other gods like, Saraswati, Lakshmi? Why do we ask them for like wealth, for like fortune instead of just Krishna himself?
It's nothing wrong in asking Saraswati and Lakshmi, but knowing that Krishna is the source of all, we should ask. For example, in school, your principal is the source of everything for all the teachers, isn't it? He or she is the manager, the maintainer, and the creator or delegator of all the tasks for all your teachers, isn't it?
Yeah.
And when you need something from your teacher, you go to your teacher because your teacher is ultimately reporting to the principal, but you also talk to the teacher.
Yeah.
You don't go directly to the principal. However, in terms of bhakti, in terms of creation, Krishna is the supreme creator, and if we know and have that knowledge and go to Krishna for everything, that suffices. But there's nothing wrong in asking the other incarnation, other sources like like Mother Saraswati or the Mother Lakshmi for asking questions. But we should know and we should understand and we should remember the fact that Lord Krishna is actually giving me the blessings through Mother Lakshmi or through Mother Saraswati. And when we work in that mood and that consciousness, eventually you will directly ask everything for Krishna. So the answer to your question, Vedang, is yes, you can ask Krishna everything. You don't have to ask anyone else.
Oh, then why do we celebrate other gods like Ganesh
It
and
is
stuff like that?
because it is because not everybody knows that Krishna is the supreme.
Oh, okay.
It is ignorance. But at the same time, it's not wrong thing to do because they're worshipping somebody who Krishna delegated some tasks. So, for example, Lord Ganesh, he's been delegated the task of blessing those who pray to him to remove obstacles
Yeah.
on the path of their journey. Right? So Krishna
Yeah.
has empowered Ganesh to bless the people who approach Ganesh, to bless them. So if somebody out of not knowing that Krishna is the supreme worships Lord Ganesh, no wrong, and Ganesh will bless them. But the ultimate fact is that Krishna is the supreme. So if
I
we know
see.
that Krishna is the supreme, we can worship Ganesh, thinking that Krishna is blessing Ganesh to give us the blessings, and then worship Krishna
Oh,
directly.
yeah, thank you. That makes sense now. Thank you.
You're welcome. But very good question, Vedang. I like your question. Okay, so now we got 1 point from Chetna saying that Krishna, everything is the source, everything is coming from Krishna. And then Vedang from high school said that Krishna knows everything. What are the other points? And then Vedang P said Krishna is the source of material nature. What about Vidit and Shloka? What do you think when we say Lord Krishna, the source of all? It's okay, even if it is repeating what others said, but I want you to speak.
Krishna gives us everything.
Krishna gives us everything. Amazing. Yes, and Vidit?
I was gonna say the same thing, but like he gives us love, and like he gives us knowledge, and he gives us basically everything.
Awesome. Good job. So Krishna is the source of everything. He's a source of knowledge, he's a source of information. He gives us everything. He's the source of material nature. He's the cause of everything. So now how do we remember that Krishna is everywhere? See, that also indicates we can write this down. Lord Krishna, the source of all, can imply Krishna is the source of everything. Krishna is the source of material nature. Krishna gives us everything. Krishna is present everywhere also. See, if he's a source, that means he's present everywhere, isn't it? How
Yeah.
can he not be present when he's the source of everything? Just like, let's say, if electricity main source in our house will somewhere, the main board for electricity in our house, control board, will be, for me, it's in the garage, right? Now, from there, there are switches which control the light that's coming into my bedroom, into my kitchen, into my living room, and all. Now, if somebody says, oh, the source of the electricity is in my garage, that means electricity is only in my garage?
No.
No, but though the source is there, that electricity is spread everywhere. It's in my kitchen, it's in my bedroom, it's in my living room. That means Krishna is the source of everything, which means he's present everywhere. That is also another point we have to understand and remember.
Yeah.
Okay?
I have also another question. Like, how does this like explain natural phenomenon? Like, Krishna being the source, because like, like we can like explain a lot of things without Krishna, but we say that Krishna is the source of everything, right?
Mhm.
So like say like electricity, right? We can just look up like electrodynamics, electrostatics, and
Mhm.
like we have an entire explanation for everything without Krishna.
Mhm.
But why then should we say necessarily that Krishna was part of this process?
Very nice question. So, uh, one of the scientists, I don't remember that scientist's name, he once invited a friend of his who was also a great scientist to his house. Okay. And then he made a nice model of the entire universe, like the sun and the planets revolving around it, right? He
Mm,
made the entire universe and kept it as a showpiece in his living room. And he invited this scientist who believed that there is no intervention of God in the creation. Just like you asked me the question,
uh,
right? That
yeah,
I know, I understand thermodynamics. I see the electrons, I see the protons, I see the microscopic organisms under the microscope. So where is God? I mean, God isn't there. This phenomenon happens because of this physics behind it, right? So the scientist who never believed in God but who would make a lot of research was invited to his friend's house, who had this diorama of the entire universe, nicely scaled to the size of maybe 2 feet, 2 feet by 2 feet, and put it in the center
mm,
as a centerpiece in his room. And as soon as the friend came to the house, he was amazed looking at the diorama. He said, wow, this is so beautiful, right? And then he said, who made it? That's the next question, right? Whenever you see something beautiful, you ask who made it, isn't it?
yeah,
Don't you ask? Something yummy we taste, something, a good piece of artwork we say, who made it?
mm,
Why?
yeah,
Because we want to know, we are curious about the intelligence of the person who made it. Similarly, this person also asked, who made this? Then this host said, oh, it just popped up. It just
nice.
popped up. Then what do you think the scientist said?
That's not true
That's not true. Why?
because someone had to make it.
It can't pop up by itself?
No, probably not.
Probably not, or 100% not.
Uh, Probably 100% not.
Now your answer answers the other question too. So whatever physics you are seeing, the phenomenon that we are seeing within the material nature around us is actually the creation of somebody very intelligent. It cannot
Mm,
just happen or pop up or just happen like that. Just like a
see,
simple diorama, if it cannot happen by itself, then how do you think this intelligent scientific phenomenon that are happening within us, outside of us, in the material nature can happen randomly without a creator?
I see.
There is a creator, an intelligent creator behind every phenomenon that we see. And that is the difference between a devotee and a person who does not believe in God. A devotee is seeing Krishna's actions or Krishna in action while seeing those scientific phenomenon. Whereas a non-devotee is thinking, oh, it's happening, and this science itself is the logic.
Mm.
Right? So we have to first be intelligent to understand that this creation itself is the product of an intelligent creator. And whatever we see as the subset of this creation is also the product of the intelligent creator. And that's where we thought these verses from Bhagavad Gita, which explain to us how Krishna is the cause of all, how Krishna is the source of all, how Krishna is present everywhere, and how Krishna can be perceived everywhere
Mm. I see.
through the verses that we put together from Bhagavad Gita. And the first verse is from chapter 7, where Krishna himself is saying how he can be perceived through some daily activities that we do.
Yeah.
Okay? And we'll go to that verse now. What we will do today, I don't know if we'll get to to deep dive into the meaning, but we will do the verse recitation, and then you all can repeat after me so that you get the hang of the words of that verse. And then we will do the translation, and then we can delve more into that purport and the more applications of this verse in the next class. Okay? So this is the verse I'm doing 7.8. This is by mistake saying 1.8. It should be 7.8, chapter 7. 7.8 means chapter 7, verse 8. Verse is a group of lines. 4 set of lines together makes one verse in Sanskrit for this Bhagavad Gita scripture. And first number indicates the chapter. Everybody is familiar with that, correct? Okay. So now repeat after me, one after the other. Rasoham apsu kaunteya
So apso kaunteya
prabhasmi shashi suryayoho
prabhasmi sasi
suryayoho
suryayoho
pranavaha sarva vedeshu
pranavaha sarva vedeshu
shabdah ke paurusham drishu
sabda he
ke
paur
shabdah
ke
ke
parusho nasur nasu
paurusham drishu
paurusam nasru
Ndrushu.
rishu. Where's the end then?
Ndrushu. I'm saying no also.
Oh,
Ndrushu.
Narishu.
Awesome. Good job. Want to try once more, Vedang High Schooler?
Okay.
Rasoham apsu kaunteya. Everyone else,
Ras,
please repeat, but you're on mute, except Vedang. What
uh,
is your last name, Vedang, from high school? Last letter? Last name, first letter?
D.
Vedang D. I'm going to refer to you as Vedang D. Okay? So,
Yeah.
Vedang D, please repeat after me.
Uh,
Rasoham apsu kaunteya.
Rasoham apsu kaunteya
प्रभास्मि शशि सूर्ययोः
prabhasmi sasi surya yoho
प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु
pranavaha sarva vedeshu
शब्दः खे पौरुषं नृषु.
sabda ke paurusham risnu.
Awesome. Good job. Next. Vedang P. रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय
रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय
प्रभास्मि शशि सूर्ययोः
प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययोः
प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु
नवः सर्ववेदेषु
शब्दः के पौरुषं नृषु.
शब्दः के पौरुषं नशु.
Good job. Shloka, please repeat after me. Rasoham apsu kaunteya
रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय
prabhasmi shashi suryayoho
प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययोः
pranavaha sarva vedeshu
प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु
shabdah ke paurusham drishu.
शब्दः के पौरुषं निषु
I need everyone, I want to see everyone repeating. Though you are not on audio, you should be on mute, but you should be repeating. I can make out, right, if you're repeating or not. Okay. Next. Thank you, Shloka. Very nice. Vidit. Rasoham apsu kaunteya
रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय
prabhasmi shashi suryayoho.
प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययोः
Shashi.
शशि
Shashi.
शशि
Shasha.
शशि
Shashi suryayoho.
शशिसूर्यः योः
प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु
नवः सर्ववेदेषु
शब्दः के पौरुषं नृषु.
शब्दः के पौरुषं नृषु
Good job, Chetana. रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय
रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय
प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययोः.
प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययोः
प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु
प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु
शब्दः के पौरुषं नृषु.
शब्दः के पौरुषं नृषु
All right. Who wants to lead by themselves? Sing 4 lines together by themselves. Yes, Chetana.
रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययोः प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु शब्दः के पौरुषं नृषु
Awesome. Good job. Second line, that shashi, we have to be careful. Both the sha. You see, the both of them have the lines on top, right? That's the only thing. Who else wants to go? Yes, Vedang, P.
रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययोः प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु शब्दः के पौरुषं नृषु
Very nice. Good job. Who wants to go next? Yes, Vidit.
रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययोः प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु शब्दः के पौरुषं नृषु
Nice. Very good. Who wants to go next? Okay. Sloka and Vedang D. One of you have to go. All of us have to do it.
Oh, then I'll do it.
Yes.
Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi sasi saryayoho pranava sarva vedesu sabda ke parurusam
Paurusham.
paurusham narusu.
Very good, Vedang. For the first time or for the familiarity you have Bhagavad Gita, you're doing excellent. Awesome. Just
Thank you.
continue doing it. I'm really proud of you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Shloka.
रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययोः प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु शब्दः के पौरुषं नृषु
Awesome, Shloka. Good job. Very nice. So all of us, I think, have got the pronunciation guideline. I mean, we all have done it correctly, so it's good. So now let's move on to the translation. So here, Krishna is speaking this verse. Okay, all of us should know that. This is the verse that Krishna is speaking. Generally, when Krishna speaks, how do we know? How does the verse start when Krishna speaks? Do you all remember based on the verses that we learned so far?
Krishna Vacha.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Because Krishna is Bhagavan. Vedavyas, who wrote or who compiled these Bhagavad Gita verses, he's not referring to Krishna as just Krishna. He's referring to Krishna as Bhagavan. Bhagavan means the supreme personality of Godhead, the supreme source of all. That's why Vedavyas is not saying just Krishna. He's saying Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. And that has been told somewhere ahead in the chapter, which is chapter 7, verse 1. And it continues. Only when it changes to another person, then it will say somebody else spoke. Isn't it? It need not say every word Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, right? Makes sense to all of you? So,
Yeah.
this chapter begins with Krishna speaking. And we picked the verse from verse 8 because this is the verse which is directly relevant to the topic that we are discussing this whole year. And what does Krishna say in this verse? He's saying, O son of Kunti, Who is the son of Kunti that Krishna is speaking to?
Uh,
Arjuna.
Arjuna. Very good. All of us should know that. You all have to write down if you do not know. But the Bhagavad Gita is a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, with majority of the verses sung. It's called a song of God. Bhagavad Gita means, Bhagwan means God, Gita means song. Bhagavad Gita means song of God. And it's majorly sung by Lord Krishna with here and there Arjuna's questions. Okay? So that is the verse which begins with Krishna saying, O son of Kunti, who is Arjuna, is reminding his mother in this verse. Because whenever you're reminded of somebody who you role model, who you take inspiration from, and your connection with that person, what happens? You get more encouraged to do the task that's on your hand very well, isn't it? Suppose you are now bored to do some activity, or you do not have enough motivation. Then if somebody reminds you of somebody who loves you very well, so much, then you'll think, oh no, I have to do this work well, isn't it? What do you think?
yeah,
Oh, your
that word.
mom. So your mom loves you so much, and you're doing some work, and then your mom has good expectations on you because she's the one who loves you, who supports you so much, who's always thinking about how do I make my child feel better, how do I make my child do good well in this exam, or do good well in this sport or activity that he or she is doing. Mom is always thinking like that, and she's always trying to facilitate the comfort and all the requirements around making sure you eat the best food, making sure you get the right amount of rest, making sure your clothes are washed, isn't it? So when you are reminded of somebody who you love the most, and you are not actually as much interested in doing the job, but when you're reminded, then you immediately think, oh, I have to do this work nicely, isn't it? And that's why here Krishna is in between reminding Arjuna, hey, you're the son of Kunti. And Kunti, Arjuna's mom, is a great devotee and she's a very hard worker. She's very bold, very, she can take up any challenges. She took up so many challenges in her life for the sake of her children. She sacrificed so many things in her life for the sake of her children. So when Krishna reminds Arjuna of Mother Kunti, then Arjuna, who is now not willing to do the war, he will now think, no, I have to do this, isn't it? So Krishna is saying, oh son of Kunti, and he's saying, now moving on to the topic of how Krishna is the cause of all causes. He's saying, I am the taste of water. When we all drink water, do you all taste something?
Sometimes.
Very good answer. Sometimes. What about the other times? And what are those sometimes when you taste water?
Like when it's like in a metal container, you taste the metal, right? Or like when the water's bad, you taste the bad water.
No, I'm talking about not with regards to not container or the bad water being bad, but just plain water, fresh water. When
Oh,
you
okay.
drink fresh water from the freshest source, do you taste something?
No,
Yeah,
I don't think so. No.
What about others?
I think like
Taste fresh.
It tastes fresh, yes, and it tastes refreshing. It is relinquishing our thirst. When you're really thirsty, the only thing that quenches our thirst is simple water, not a Coke, not any soda, not any beverage, isn't it?
Hmm.
The real thing that quenches our thirst is when you're really thirsty, or when you have eaten so much food and you want to drink some liquid. And when you drink water, it tastes so sweet and so enjoyable. I think that is the word. Yes, it's refreshing, it's fresh, it's tasty, it's enjoyable, relishable. And Krishna is saying, I am the taste of water. That means Krishna is present in the water as taste for us. What does that help us with? To remember Krishna whenever you are drinking water, or any liquid in other for that matter, because any liquid does not come without water in it. Yes or no?
Yeah, it doesn't.
It has to have water in it.
Yeah.
Any juice, um, whatever, beverages, the Coke or whatever we drink. Ideally, we should not be drinking this caffeinated beverages or the soda beverages. It's not good for health. The bestest source of liquid that's good for health is plain water or fresh fruit juices. Fresh fruit juices, not again canned or refrigerated, and because they have some um, products in them that help them stay for long, which are not good for us. So fresh fruit juices and water are the best for health. And Krishna is saying, I am the taste of water. Everybody's clear with this point. Now, what does that help? How does that help us to remember Krishna and to understand that Krishna is part of my life? Did everybody understand my question? Why is everyone silent?
Oh, that was a question.
Yeah. How does this fact help us remember Krishna?
Because we all need water.
Exactly. We all drink water. Okay, so if you all drink water, how does it help us remember Krishna?
Because he's the taste of water.
Ha. So what do we do next time when we drink water?
So we're reminded of Krishna.
Awesome. Vedang is right on spot. Good job. So when we drink water, we are reminded that Krishna is the taste of water and Krishna is there. Isn't it an easy way to remember Krishna?
Yeah.
Because that's something which we do. And it's not that, okay, I drink water only once a week, so maybe I can remember Krishna only once a week.
No.
Oh, I take shower only once a week, so I cannot remember Krishna because I don't get in touch with water. Only once a week I get in touch with water. That's not the fact, right?
Yeah.
The fact of life is that there is no individual, no creature. I don't know if any insects and bugs can live without water, but for us as human beings, we need water every day. Even on the days when we fast, like for example, yesterday was Ekadasi. Ekadasi is the holy day that comes once every 2 weeks, the 11th day of the lunar calendar. And on that day, the different types of austerities that are performed, because that day is meant to be potent with divine vibrations. And if we spend our time thinking about the Lord by listening to his glories, by chanting his names, and not focusing on activities to fill our stomach, rather use the same time in thinking about God, there are different levels of austerities that are done. There's one austerity where you eat only one type of food, where you eat only fruit and vegetables, raw food and raw vegetables. The next level of austerity is where you eat cooked food, which is some vegetables which do not have beans, and some type of grains only, not all type of grains. Because
Why no beans?
not beans, no beans. No beans and
Uh,
no grains.
Yeah, especially like why do we like not eat onion and garlic? That just
Oh, that is
stunned me
for
as
all
hell.
the times, not only on Ekadasi. That's for
I
all the
know,
times.
I know, I know. Like we don't eat onion and garlic in my house, and I don't know why.
Oh, that's a very good habit. And onion garlic are discouraged for people who are trying to progress on spiritual path, because onion and garlic, the food is in the mode of passion or in the mode of ignorance. Meaning the food that we eat also helps our consciousness or makes our consciousness. So when we eat food, certain type of food which are in the mode of ignorance or passion, the knowledge that we are trying to seek and the habits that we are trying to inculcate become hard for us to understand and also to practice. But when we eliminate those type of food and try to understand Bhagavad Gita, it's easy to understand and it's easy to practice also. It's just like suppose you are practicing to be a athlete, or maybe a what's that called? You want to be an expert in track. Then there are certain type of food that the track coach will try to recommend. He'll say, eat this type of food because this has more protein and you have to avoid food at these times. Don't eat this at all because that is going to cause inflammation in your body and it will not help you run or do the track well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Similarly, even for spiritual practices, there are certain type of food that will not facilitate our understanding of spiritual subjects and which will also not facilitate our implementation of the practices that are needed to get closer to God.
Mm.
And onion and garlic are categorized as no foods, because when we consume onion and garlic, our consciousness gets dull and we will not be able to understand our subject of Krishna consciousness well, and will not be able to even practice all the things that we are needed to get closer to God.
I see. Okay.
Okay. So that's the
Yeah.
reason certain type of foods are asked to are removed from the diet of people who are serious on the path of spirituality. It's not
I see.
like it is just like any other. If somebody has an ailment or a disease, certain type of food is prohibited for them. They don't know you
Mm.
cannot eat this. Somebody is practicing for swimming, somebody is practicing for tennis, somebody is practicing for track. Then certain type of food is told to eat more, certain type of food avoid.
Mm.
Because when I have inflammation, if I eat all this junk food, which is packed, which is processed, then my inflammation increases.
Yeah.
But on the contrary, if I eat all fresh fruit and all food that is having lot of what you call what is that called? Like berries have that thing, right? What is that?
Uh. Forgot what it's called.
All the berries have some good nutrients. When you eat all those, there are anti-inflammatory. So
Yeah.
the doctor or the nutritionist tells us to use that type of food. Similarly, for spiritual practices also, there are certain food that should not be taken. And those food that should be taken is called food in the mode of goodness, like fresh fruit, fresh vegetables,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So why did we come here? Oh, like water. Even on the days of Ekadashi, there is a severe austerity called a higher level of, I shouldn't say severe, a higher level of austerity is where that whole day, 24 hours from the previous night to the next, the third, we start the Ekadasi fasting the previous night and then go all the way till the next day, following day after Ekadasi. We don't even take water. That's called Nirjala Ekadashi. And on those days also, we can think about water and be mindful of Krishna. Oh, Krishna, you're the taste of that water. But today I am sacrificing, or I want to be closer to you by taking on this austerity of fasting.
I see.
So Krishna is the taste of water. We'll talk about the remaining subject matters, other points that Krishna is reciting in this verse in the next class. But homework for all of you is listen to Sikshashtakam for that 3.5 minutes. That's there in the YouTube link. I will send it in the group also. Listen to that every day. It's very calming. It's very important verses that will help us actually get closer to Krishna. And then also start memorizing the Sanskrit verse that we learned today, which talks about Krishna's as the source of everything. Do you understand the homework or no?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you all next Sunday, same place, same time. Please join the class ahead of time, maybe 2 minutes before the class time, so that we get the class started on time. Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
all for your time, and I wish you all a wonderful learning week ahead. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.